What it is, folks, it's your homeboy First back again with another episode of the realest, most entertaining show in the game. Put it on some. Make sure y'all watch all segments of Put It On Some. Okay, as I told y'all last week, Put It On Some now encapsulates all things black culture because that's what my company does, IG Entertainment. Okay, but since Put It On Some is the brand y'all love, I'm putting it all under this one umbrella. Okay, so make sure you check out all segments. I'll Put On Some. Got a great show for y'all. Great show. Okay, but I know right now you're here for me to talk Jackson State University and their dominant win over UAPB, Arkansas-Pine Bluff. Okay, Jackson State won by a score of 40-14. Okay, so we didn't win by 40, but we put up 40. Okay, a 40 piece, lemon pepper, well done. You feel me? And since that's the case, it is only right, it is only fitting that I carry on tradition here at Put It On Something and strike up the motherfucking band. Let go! You gotta love the boom, baby. You gotta love the boom. Unfortunately, the boom didn't travel to Arkansas for this game. But shout out to the boom. You feel me? But let's get to the realest rundown, y'all. Let's go ahead and get to it. Let me put these Ray Bans down. Let's get to it. All right. Do want to make note. Herb Mulligan was still out for this game. Mr. Powers was also out. Unfortunately, also Mr. Wiggins got hurt in the first quarter, and Mr. BJ Washington suffered an injury today as well. Okay, so make sure y'all send one up for those Kings. You feel me? Well, let's get into the realest rundown. All right. Excuse me. All right. To start us off, the first quarter, touchdown pass to DJ Stevens on that first drive. Okay. It's a two-play drive. Two-play drive. This shit was explosive. Okay. We caught them blitzing. DJ was butt ass naked. He turned on the Jets. Okay. The big man turned on the Jets and got on down. Okay. And took that thing 70 plus yards. Okay. We had good downfield blocking on this play as well. Okay. You're not finna spring no long play like that without having good downfield blocking. You feel me? Unless it's a bomb over the top or something like that. But I'm talking about a play like a running play or a pass play that involves some yards after catch. You got to have good downfield blocking, and we did a good job of that on that particular play. Okay, that's gonna be a theme though when it comes to DJ Stevens today. Okay, y'all know I've been saying give Mr. Mulligan the damn ball. Okay, or any one of our running backs. I've been saying that, but I've also been saying that we need to get the ball in the hands of Mr. Stevens as well. He was the only person on our preseason, on the preseason all SWAC team was Mr. Stevens. Get the man the ball. Give him the ball. We did a good job of that today. Okay. But on their first possession, we caused a fumble. Okay, and recovered it near midfield. They had converted a 4th and 2 on this drive, okay? But we turned them over on the next play. So way to go turn the ball over defense. You love a defense that not only can stop people but can also take the ball away. Okay, that's big shit. All right. Unfortunately, though, on our next drive, we were forced to punt. Mr. Morgan missed a receiver that was butt the fuck ass naked on 3rd and long. Okay, and so you are gonna see some ups and downs, but it was mostly up today. It was mostly up today with Cantown, okay? But this was down on that particular throw. All right. On their possession, though, they were forced to punt. But when we got that thing back, touchdown pass, okay? To Mr. Hagler. Shout out to Mr. Hagler. We know, he went through a lot last year, dropping that pass in the Celebration Bowl. To my a lot of fuck boys were saying shit to that man that they shouldn't have been saying, what I'm talking about. But real ones held the young king down, and the young king stayed down. And he's still making some plays for to my. And I appreciate him. Shout out to you, King, and your people. To my. But this was a great catch considering that it was a wet ball and it came off of play action. And this drive featured a strike, from Mr. Morgan to Mr. McCray. Seemed like Mr. Morgan and Mr. McCray got a lot of chemistry. Okay, seemed like they got a lot of chemistry, good vibes between them two kings. Okay, and that was one of the best throws I've seen us make all year. Okay, real ones that saw that shit live, you know what I'm talking about. All right, but that made it 13 and then I can't remember. Did we go for 2 and failed, or we missed the extra point? I can't remember what happened in that particular thing. I must have been typing and missed the shit. Okay, real ones. I'm sure y'all know. Let everybody know what happened in the comment section. All right, but on their next possession, we forced a punt. We damn near had a sack fumble, but the ball was coming forward, and the punt gave us short field, and we started in their territory, and that pretty much wrapped up the first quarter. Okay, in the second quarter, we ended up getting a chip shot field goal by Mr. Watson. Again, shout out to that king walking on and doing his thing. Okay, that made it 16-0. This drive looked like it would be fucked up when we tried to get cute on a reverse and it got blown up. Okay, however, we ended up getting the most of that yardage back, if not more, on a screen pass, and then we ended up converting on 3rd down. Okay, but the drive was ultimately stalled inside the 10-yard line. We were able to hit Mr. Stevens at the back of the end zone, but he ran out of real estate back there. Okay, so we ended up settling for that field goal. Okay, on the defense's next time out there, they forced a punt. The defensive line, they got a sack on 3rd down. Okay, and I have in my notes here the same thing that I put on Twitter. Okay, have any of the JSU grandmamas cooked yet for them boys? Have you cooked yet for them boys? Okay, and when I'm talking about the JSU grandmamas, I ain't talking about you new school grandmamas. No shot at y'all. More power to y'all. I'm talking about them old school grandmamas. I'm talking about some triple OG grandmamas. I'm talking about some grannies. Okay, I'm talking about some grannies that didn't serve on the usher board. You understand me? I'm talking about some grannies that didn't sing in the senior choir. You understand me? I'm talking about some grannies that know where they were when Marvin Gaye was killed. You know what I'm talking about? Them the grannies I'm talking about. That's who we need cooking for these boys. You understand? Because that defensive line, they've been eating on the field. So we need to feed them off the field. Get them boys. We've been adding to the menu. Real ones been adding to the menu. Now, I started off, I think I said something like, get them boys some fried pork chop, some collard greens, or maybe cabbage greens, whichever one, you know what I'm talking about. Get them boys some corn. Get them boys some black eyed peas, some cornbread. Okay, now I think some real ones came through. Somebody said, "What about the dessert?" So we got to let throw some banana pudding in there. I think another real one mentioned pound cake. Let's get them that. You know what I'm talking about? Another real one said something about some lima beans. Well, my mama call them butter beans. Same goddamn thing. They gonna smash. You know what I'm talking about? I forgot. Let's add some yams in there. Okay, let's really get it going. Okay. And let's feed these boys because they eating. They eating. They've been having a sack party in the backfield. Okay. They had one game, the Texas State game. Okay, where the defense looked like, what the fuck we doing? They've been solid though. They've been solid the whole year. For real, for real. Okay. Yeah, we lost the fam. We had one bad half of football for real. You know what I'm talking about? Special teams had a lot to do with that. But defense overall throughout the year been solid, and that goddamn D-line been the biggest part of that, along with the no-fly zone. I ain't beginning about y'all no-fly zone boys back there, okay? Okay? I ain't forgetting about y'all. All right, but we gotta take care of these big motherfuckers up here first. They make y'all job easier on the back end. Okay, but we gonna take care of y'all too. Okay, y'all might get stuffed though. We might let the new school grandmamas, cook for the no-fly zone, the DBs. Okay, because if them DBs fuck with them Ursha board grandmamas, them DBs gonna gain some weight. They ain't gonna be able to move like they need to move back there. Okay, see them different linemen, they gonna be able to handle it. Okay, but that triple OG grandmama plate hit different. That shit hit different now. Trust me. Trust me. My grandmama was born in the 1920s, Miss Nancy Brent. Long live my beloved grandmama. Okay, that shit hit different. Okay, my mama was born in 1947. Okay, them two women, they throw down. That's the type of shit. Them two women, the goddamn plates you gonna leave with would be like you lifting weights. Just when you lifting that shit, when you carrying that shit to your seat, that shit got some weight to it. Okay, so we don't want the no-fly zone boys be handling all that weight. We're gonna let the new school grandmamas cook for them. Okay, we're gonna let the old school triple OG senior choir grandmamas handle the defensive line. That's the game plan. And make sure I'm there. I want a motherfucking plate. Okay, I want a plate. But I digress. Let's keep this motherfucker moving. On our next offensive possession, we were forced to punt. Okay, we had a man open on second down, but they made a good play. Okay, they got scholarships too, and they deflected it. Mr. Morgan threw it too far on third down, threw it too far outside, I should say. We caught it, but it was out of bounds. Okay, so we were forced to punt. Okay, defense stepped up though, and they forced the punt. We almost got flagged for roughing the punter, but it was ruled that it was partially blocked. That the punt was partially blocked. And if you look at it, I have no clue how the hell we didn't block it. Okay, we had 3 cats back there. So I have no idea how we just didn't get that block. Okay. But at any rate, when we got the ball, touchdown to Mr. Stevens. And then this made it 23-0. And this was beautiful. Gorgeous. Goddamn play reminded me of my wife. What's up to my little boo thing? Ooh, oh, that's too much. That's too much. I can't do that. That's too much. Okay. That's too much. I got some of them triple OG grannies that be on here watching me. Okay. And I don't want to give them no flashbacks back in the day when they were in them dorms at Jackson State. Okay. I want to give y'all no flashbacks. And don't try to fool me either. I listen to Marvin Cease. I've heard Candy Liquor. Some y'all triple OG grannies, y'all ain't always just been in that kitchen. Y'all been in that bedroom too. So when I say what's up to my little boo thing and I hit there, y'all know something about that. Y'all know something about that. But this play reminded me of my woman. It was that beautiful. Okay. It was great play design. It was great blocking, particularly by the back. Okay. Shout out to running backs in general, because y'all get shitted on. Everybody just want to talk about the quarterback. Shout out to y'all, okay? Because running backs gonna goddamn tote that rock, they're gonna catch that rock, and they will pass block for you. Okay. Shout out to y'all. And you know we got a stable of them, okay? So shout out to the back for great blocking on this particular play. It was a great throw by Mr. Morgan, Cantown himself. You feel me? Great route. and it was a tub. Okay. And then what did TC do? What did TC do? I'm up here turning up about that shit. And then TC decide he want to try out the young queen, Miss Armenta. Okay. And she made history. This shit was historic. You understand me? Because she became the first lady to score a point in HBCU Division One football history. Okay, I think somebody beat her to it in D2, but in D1, she became the first. So shout out to you, Queen. You know what I'm talking about? And as I put in my notes and put on Twitter as well, shit on these haters. Fuck them. Fuck them. I loved to see it. All these puss ass motherfuckers out here, all these sexist ass motherfuckers, no pussy getting ass motherfuckers out here want to be down talking this woman and down talking Jackson State University because she went out there and did her job and did a pooch kick. You know what I'm talking about during that previous game? And TC said, fuck that. Go on out there, baby. Go ahead and do that. Go get you some points. Motherfuckers can't come out there. They can't come out there and kick an extra point. Shit, your ass couldn't even play kickball right when you were little. Think you gonna come out there and kick an extra point. She did. Quit hating, motherfuckers. Go get you some pussy. That's your problem now. That's why you hate on these women, because you can't get none. So shout out to Miss Armenta and shout out to TC for that moment. Hell, and she went on to kick two more. Went on to kick two more of them things. Fuck we talking about. Shout out to her. But I digress. Okay. But I do want to point this out. This drive was aided by some nice plays by Mr. Martin, Mr. JD Martin. Shout out to that king. It was great to see him back out there. You know what I'm talking about? And that young king is slippery. Okay. He got a little wiggle to him, he got a little speed to him. Okay. So it's great to have him. Great to have him back. Okay. On the next drive, though, for Arkansas-Pine Bluff, they were able to finally get in the end zone. Okay, and that made it 23-7. And this drive was aided by a PI and a long scramble by the quarterback. Okay, seemed like they were alternating quarterbacks a little bit as well, between like a runner and a primarily passing quarterback. You feel me? But that did make it 23-7. Okay. Now, to close out the half, pretty much, we got a field goal by Mr. Watson that made it 26-7. We had missed the field goal actually, but they got flagged, which gave us another opportunity. And it was a pretty good 2-minute drive. You know, the only thing that could have been better is we get in the end zone, but this was a pretty good 2-minute drive. You feel me? Like I told y'all previously, the Boom didn't travel up there to Arkansas this time. I guess the Boom took a bye week. So we're setting up for some spectacular performances at the two last home games at the Vet. That'll be great. You feel me? So let's get into the third quarter, okay? In the third quarter, Pine Bluff got into the end zone again with a touchdown run, and that made it 26-14. This was simply a great drive by them. We didn't tackle well at all. Okay, so we got cleaned up. Even in a big victory like this, a dominant performance, coach is gonna find some shit on tape to get on your ass about. Okay, and that's something that they definitely will get on the defense about. You feel me? Rightly so. Rightly so at that. I'm just thankful we didn't fumble that motherfucker again. I guess Denzel Washington did his job. I told y'all TC hired Denzel to clean up them goddamn fumbles. He told him, you fumble my ball, I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind paws, and you will run a mile. And it worked. And it worked. We didn't put that bitch on the ground, you feel me? And it was wet, and we didn't put that bitch on the ground. We held it tight. I told the boy last week, hold that motherfucker like you want to hold your woman. And they listen. They listen. We got to tackle now. Now I'm telling you, boys, wrap them up like you want to wrap up your woman. You know what I'm saying? Like pretend it is 70s, 80s R&B, okay? And how the motherfuckers would wrap up a woman. See, we don't wrap up our women no more. We don't hold our women. We just get right to it. Bam, 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 bam. No, you gotta hold your woman. And that's how I need y'all to wrap up on these motherfucking tackles. Okay? Wrap them up. That's what we want to see next week. Okay. Let's do that. But let's keep it moving. Okay. On the next possession for us. This was a bad decision by Mr. Morgan, okay, and it led to an interception, okay, on third down. Just like I said, just simply a bad decision. Threw into double coverage, okay. This was really the biggest brain fart for him in otherwise stellar game, okay. But defense stood up and we forced a punt. The drive was stalled by a penalty and a sack. Okay, Mr. Webb made a nice form tackle on third and hella long. Okay, so I guess that brother been listening to some old school R&B. He know how to wrap up well. Shout out to that young king. Okay, all right, but into the fourth quarter, we were forced to punt. We tried to do a flea flick on second down and 1. It was covered well by Pine Bluff. We ran it with Mr. Martin on third and 1. It was an outside zone. Looked like he probably was going to be able to stretch that thing out and go get the first down, but he slipped and fell, okay? Like I said, it was a wet field, wet day. Shit, we can use some rain around here. They say it's about to get cold around here in central Mississippi, okay? So y'all make sure y'all get them jackets out if y'all live in the area, you feel me? All right, but when the defense got back out there, they forced a punt. Overall, it was just good defense, okay? However, that's why I'm the realist now. I'm keeping it real. We may have gotten away with a PI by Mr. Guthrie. Shout out to Mr. Guthrie, okay? He seemed like he grabbed their receiver around the hips. I don't know, you know what I'm talking about? Just got to mention it. But I'm sure they missed a lot of calls that could have gone our way as well. But I did see it, so I gotta say, tomorrow I'm gonna say what I see. You feel me? But the football guys were with us, I guess, on that. All right, but at any rate, when we got the ball back, told y'all these boys building chemistry. Touchdown pass to Mr. McCray from Mr. Morgan that made it 33-14. Great throw. Another great throw. We know what the young king can do with his legs. We've been seeing him do things with his legs even prior to him getting the start. You know what I'm talking about? Against Valley. All right. But now we're getting to see what the young king can do with his arm. Okay. And like I said, it's been up and down. We missed a throw here, missed a throw there. But I pointed out a couple of spectacular throws. Okay. No, actually, this is like the third spectacular throw on the day. Okay. And it was a tremendous adjustment on the back end of the route by the wide receiver. You know what I'm talking about, to Mr. McCray, to really stack in front of the DB, okay, position himself to catch the football. And really the only thing that the defender could have done is try to go through Mr. McCray, which would have been PI, okay? And in college football, it's probably the smarter thing to take the PI because you're only, giving up 15 yards. Whereas in the NFL, of course, it's spot foul. But at any rate, touchdown, Jackson State. Okay. Mr. Morgan shows great promise, y'all, with his arm. If he keeps working hard, great offseason without an injury, we should see some great improvement in that, because he seems to throw it effortlessly. Okay. And yes, there was Miss Armenta with the extra point on this one. That was her second one, to my now on the defense's next time out there, that no-fly zone stepped up again. Okay, the no-fly zone came through with a pick. Now I would have to see if this keeps us in the lead in FCS for interception. So yes, these boys do deserve a plate. They do deserve a plate. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not shitting on y'all no-fly zone. I'm not shitting on y'all. Okay, I'm just saying I just don't know if y'all can handle Medea's cooking. Okay, that shit might be a little too much on your stomach. You might get too full. You might need some Tums afterwards because I don't know if y'all boys handle it. See, y'all boys what around 190, 195 and shit like that. See them boys on that line, they 260 and up and shit like that. They can handle that. Okay, but y'all boy deserve something. Y'all been, if it's in the air, y'all around, y'all trying to go get that thing. Okay. and that's what's up. But this young man broke perfectly on that stop route that they tried to run. And shit, he probably would have taken that to the house. I didn't catch who got that though. You know, to my real ones, I'm sure y'all know. Y'all tell everybody in the comment section, okay? But shout out. On our next possession, touchdown pass to Mr. Stevens, and that made it 3 on the day. 3 of them things. Count them up. 1, 2, and 3. And that made it 40-14. This came off of a play action. Great poise by Jacobian. Good touch. You know what I'm talking about? Certain places on the field, certain situations, you ain't gotta, zing that thing up in there. You know what I'm talking about? Sometimes just nice little touch, handle it. Okay. Touchdown. You feel me? And Miss Armenta kicked the extra point, and that was her 3rd. You feel me? And basically things came to a wrap with a turnover on downs by Pine Bluff. And we basically ended this game off with a sack, a party in the backfield by Mr. Martin. Okay. Cook it up. Put the pork chop on his plate. Add some neck bones to it. Them boys like they eat some neck bone. And you got to clean them neck bone now. Y'all young boys can't. Let me speak to you young boys too. I'm trying to get these grandmamas to cook for them. D-line. If the grandmamas cook for y'all now, you gotta smash. You can't be up here on this pretty shit. Cause they cook them neck bones, you have to get that shit with your fingers. Okay, cause you gonna have to peel some shit back, get that bone out the way. If it's some meat deep off in there, ain't no time. We can't be wasting no money. You can't be leaving no meat on that motherfucking bone. You got to goddamn get that shit. Don't be trying to be dainty. Get that shit. You understand? I'm from Canton, Mississippi. Hell, when I was growing up, my mama and my grandmama had me eating greens with my fingers. Y'all know about that shit? That's some country shit, ain't it? I don't do that shit no more. That's some country shit, though. They had me doing that shit. I was at school even doing that shit. Crumbling up the cornbread into the greens and shit, and goddamn just eating it with shit with my fingers. That's how I grew up. So y'all grandmamas want to cook for me. You want to cook for first. I'm going to do something with it. You understand? Just let you know. But shout out to the squad for real. Let's look at the statistic from the game, though. Okay. And I'm getting these from on the internet. You know what I'm talking about? If it's fucked up, blame them. Okay. But Mr. Morgan finished the day 26 of 36 for 373 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. Spectacular day. Okay, spectacular day. Like I told y'all, Mr. Martin was out there in that thing, 9 carries for 73 yards, 8.1 a clip. Okay, Mr. Mordry was 7 carries, 16 yards, all right, 2.3 a clip. Mr. Morgan added 12 yards on the ground himself. Really didn't get on down. For real. He did it through there. Okay, Mr. Miller, 2 carries, 4 yards. All right. As I told y'all, Mr. McCray was the one that really seemed like on the same wavelength for real with Mr. Morgan. He had 7 catches for $136 and a touchdown. Mr. Stevens had 3 catches, all 3 were touchdowns. All right, for a total of 99 yards. JD also got some things done through the air. Okay, so this young man had 73 yards on the ground, 49 yards through the air. Okay, 3 catches, 49 yards. Okay, Mr. Hagler had 6 catches for 38 yards in a tub. Okay, Kobe Paul, that boy gone ball, had 22 yards through the air on 3 catches. Mr. McGee had 2 catches for 13 yards. Mr. Miller 1 catch, 12 yards, and Mr. Fortillion 1 catch, 4 yards. Okay. Shout out to Isaiah Spencer. He had some good things going on in the return game. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know I like that young king. Okay. Great shit from him in the return game. And like I said, shout out again to Mr. Watson and Miss Armenta for holding it down. Oh, and shout out to Mr. Noel. Okay, he punted pretty well today. Okay, only had to punt 3 times. Okay, but it wasn't no shanking going on. Wasn't no shit to complain about in that arena. So overall, it was a damn good game. I'm very happy with the performance. Okay, I'm sure that most of Tiger Nation is too. Okay, So now we look forward to Texas Southern at the vet. All right. Y'all chime in and tell me what y'all thought about Jackson State dominating Arkansas-Pine Bluff. All right. Put it on something.
Please subscribe to my daddy's YouTube channel because the more subscribers he gets, the more attractive he looks to sponsors. The more attractive he looks to sponsors, the more money he can make. And the more money he can make, the more money he can spend on me.